go. I'm not gonna lie. I just recorded a whole gameplay and my mic was muted. What is going on, Savage here? Today we're gonna be diving into some random duo gameplay. Now, unfortunately, the match that we were spectating that I was gonna post, it's too late now because I already know what's gonna happen. So we're gonna go ahead and scrap that match and we're gonna throw ourselves into another duo match. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe today, join the wolf pack, also leave a like on the video. Let's get to 1,000 likes. I'm hunting down that 1,000, boys. Let's hit it. Come on, man. Let's hit it. And join our Discord community. If you guys are looking for people to play with, you could utilize our looking for groups pages to your advantage. That way you guys can find some solid teammates that you work well with and go out and get some wins. Also, again, I did accept a partnership offer from Facebook, so I will be live streaming on Facebook. So catch me over there if you want to catch any of the live streams. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay. All right, so now we're sitting here in gameplay. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to see the entire match breakdown, but we are in a 1v, I'm assuming one position. Now we're trying to go for the melee kills, and I'm fine with that for sure if you can actually connect on them. He's got an AK sitting right here that he could utilize to shit on this kid's face, but instead, you know, he's just trying to utilize his pistol. He's trying to utilize the melees, and you just got to know your strength and your weakness. It's clearly not his strength to go for melee kills because he was nowhere near the enemy. So at that point, pick up the gun and finish off this Joe Blow. Unfortunately, it looks like we're actually going to be suffering from it, especially when you're popping a reload and you have a gun right next to you. That's just a given. If you would have picked up the gun, you could have chambered the round, and he still would have been reloading his pistol, and you could have absolutely shit on his face. So again, just decision-making process mid-game is very crucial, and I know it's very hard for a lot of players, especially new players, to decide on what to do mid-fight. But now we have a duo team absolutely cracked out. It actually looks like they're fully geared out. They've got some pretty decent guns. It looks like they came from the bunker. You guys are wondering why there's actually 3 teams at this little bitty area. It's because of the bunker. You go to the bunker, you can come out really well, already have your loadout, already have, you know, $10, $20, $30,000. Sky's the limit. So here we are spectating Family Strokes and Scissor. I love it. And they got their loadout and sitting on top of another $20,000, like I said. So this is amazing. They have 111 enemies left in the game. This is very early in the game still. They already have their loadout. They both have self-reses. They're dropping UAVs. This is a great team to spectate, and I'm glad we're spectating this squad. These guys are playing as if they're about to play aggressive, so let's see what happens, and let's break down everything that's going on. All right, right now he's looking at his map, I'm assuming, trying to find a bounty to go to, and there it is, unfortunately, all the way downtown. That is one thing that sucks about this game, I'm going to be honest, is that the contracts aren't spread out evenly. There's huge clusters of map that have no contracts, but when you look downtown, there's like 40 sitting there on top of each other. So I wish that Activision would do a little bit better job spreading out the contracts, but it is what it is. We're going for bounties downtown, and downtown, of course, as you guys know, is a bitch to push. It is not an easy thing to do. You really have to be familiar with the building layouts. You got to know where the doors are at, where the windows are at, where the zip lines are at, what buildings you can get on the roof of, what buildings you can't, what buildings you can go in, and what buildings you can't go in. The reason for that is because if you get in combat and you end up in a situation, especially if you're in duos and you're pinched between 2 teams, right? If you're getting shot at from 2 different locations, and you want to bail out, you need to know how these buildings work so you're able to rotate safely and quickly without having to think and without having to look around and decide, where do I need to go? What's this building look like? Where's the doorway? Where's the zip line? I don't know. Because again, any small delay, you're going to get absolutely annihilated because the time to kill in this game is so crazy high. All right, here we are utilizing the zip line, I'm assuming, to go ahead and jump off the roof to get to the bounty. It's a great play. Also, absolutely great play. Unfortunately, you know, buildings like this, I'm not a fan of bounties and contracts in general being on rooftops like this. Like, yes, you can jump from other rooftops, but I feel like if you're going to put a bounty on a roof, allow me to get on that roof using a zip line to that building, or a staircase to that building, or a ladder to that building. I don't like the fact that they want us to jump off of other buildings and parachute in. Again, you can get shot out the sky real easy while you're parachuting. But here we are, dude. Downtown is downtown, man. It is what it is. If you guys don't like pushing contracts downtown, bounties specifically, or even most wanteds, just don't. And with saying that, if you don't want to, don't pick up a bounty downtown. Make sure you walk all the way over to Promenade, maybe go to Boneyard, maybe even Farmland. There's so many other places you could get bounties and hunt down players. In my opinion, these fights just take way too long. And again, time management is crucial in this game. But especially in duos, it's really not impossible to push these buildings. It just takes time. And that's the only reason why I'm not a fan of it. As far as pushing, it's 100% probable. With the zip line, with the elevator shaft, with the staircase, you and your teammate can either push together or push separately. These guys are actually on the edge of the building. I think they were looking right at us. I can't really tell. I'm not against him shooting at the enemy. Normally, I would tell you guys, don't shoot at the enemy. I would push him and surprise him. But again, because we have the bounty, holy shit, there's two different teams. But because we have a bounty on him, he's going to know we're coming. His threat's going to go from 1 to 2 to 3, and he's going to know. So, of course, I'm definitely not against it in this position. It looks like these two guys, if I had to guess in my head, it looks like these two guys are actually pushing up the staircase. And I'm going to go ahead and assume that these two guys are the ones on the roof that we're looking over on this side. We don't know exactly what's going on, but it's very probable. So with that situation, I would instantly go ahead, go in the staircase and try to push up, because theoretically we could potentially pinch them. If they get in a fight with the guys on the rooftop in that little doorway within the staircase, we can come up from the bottom while they're shooting them and we can get an easy cleanup. Not to mention, we could probably finish that fight and rotate to the other guys on the roof and kill them as well. So this is a great opportunity to go ahead and pinch in. You could take a zip line. I'm not really a fan of that because, dude, they're going to hear you come up and they're going to turn on you and shoot you in the head. So again, staircase is the best play in this position, but you need to make a play quick. The last thing you want to do is sit here and wait, sit here and wait, sit here and wait. They end up fighting. They finish the fights. Oh God. And then, it's unfortunate. I lost my train of thought. All right. Nobody was here watching. They were able to actually come up in third party. Beautiful. Absolutely love it. All right, so again, as I was saying, you want to go ahead and push the roof and try to get to him. He went up the elevator shaft. I would not have done that, but like I said in the intro of the video, just because I recommend something doesn't mean it's always the correct answer. There's multiple things you can do in this game, and that's the beauty of strategy and battle royales. But now that the team we just killed and the enemy team on the roof clearly got in a fight, there's nothing against you going out there and trying to play a little aggressive, because I guarantee you they're reloading the guns and or they're plating up. And with the body right there, we've got him already broken. C4, you know, C4, it is what it is nowadays. All right, beautiful. I love it. I love the aggression, man. He took advantage of the situation. He said, okay. He said exactly what I just said. He said, okay, look, they got in a fight. They shot each other and one of his boys died. I came up and I finished off the last teammate. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that these guys out here are fighting. As he peeked the doorway, he saw the dead body sitting on top of the AC vent. He saw the one guy standing there. He took a shot. He knew in that moment it's a 1v1 fight. His armor plates are broken, mine are not. And he took advantage of the situation. He looked at the totality of the situation and said, you know what? The only way I'm losing this fight is if I do something stupid. And he didn't. He played it very well. So good on him. And here we are in a position again. We're sitting at 20K. See, guys, bounties and playing aggressive is the way. It is the way. And I'm trying to spread the awareness, man. Once players start getting out that scared mindset, and I'm not insulting anybody, I'm just saying that's what it is. Once you guys stop playing scared, you guys will instantly get better, I promise you. Because you'll be improving slowly because you're playing aggressive. You guys will stop sitting there wasting 20 minutes a game, sitting there in a corner scared shitless. Instead, y'all guys will be out there fucking blowing down doors like Rambo, just trying to get aggressive gameplay. And with that, you'll learn from mistakes. And with that, you will get better and the KD will skyrocket. It's just very simple things like this. Taking the zip line up to the roof. Not sure exactly where this dude ran off to, I'm gonna be honest. He's on the next rooftop. Yeah. So we got the high ground. We're gonna go ahead and look down on this dude, hopefully. Yep, right below you. So I had a feeling this was gonna happen. I knew he was on that roof because of the way the heartbeat was, right? And there's no way he's inside the building. He's got to be on the next rooftop. But what you want to avoid is he looked up on the roof and he looked at this and he said, shit, he's not here. So what did he do? He whipped out his heartbeat sensor instantly without looking down, right? And the reason why this is a big thing, and I really wanted to specifically dive in depth with this, is, again, if this player is somewhat knowledgeable, if he's got a heartbeat sensor and he sees us on his heartbeat, or he has a teammate that's calling us out from the roof next to us, whatever the situation may be, there's a chance he'll be sitting here just looking right at you. And the moment you peek over, he's going to shoot you. So again, before you whip out your heartbeat, before you give up on the fight, keep your gun in your hand and make sure you clear the entire rooftop before you whip your heartbeat out. It worked out in his favor because he was distracted and because the helicopter was deafening him. But again, just simple things like that can really just change your entire match. All right, but here we are pushing the apartment complex. This is one of, well, I'd say this isn't one of my favorite landing spots. This is one of Expel's favorite landing spots. But this is a good spot to go to, man. People that camp these apartment buildings, they're not 100% safe. They're not 100% foolproof. With the zip lines and 2 different staircases going up each side, you and your teammate could either bulldoze right through the same staircase, which is what these guys are doing, or y'all could flank the enemy by hitting both staircases at the same time and sync the timing that y'all blow through the door. But I would definitely clear the roof before I start looting, because I would imagine there's nobody here. Actually, there's nobody here. There's actually not even looted. So JK, oh shit. I guess I should have said what I was gonna say. So when you enter rooftops like this, whether it's beginning game, mid game, late game, doesn't matter. But again, we're saying that you want to clear the rooftops before you start looking at other rooftops. We didn't even look to this side. We had no idea what was on this side. And we instantly started looking at the rooftop next to us. Clear the building you're on initially and then start scanning around you, because this could turn into a very bad fight. That's the shotgun meta for you, bro. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not. So when you're fighting shotgun users, you need to keep your distance. And that's exactly what Scissor's doing. Scissor is laying back, watching the angles. He's getting the res off. You need to instantly rip around that corner and get the kill because he's getting the res off. Don't play it. Don't cancel. Go, 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 go. Come on, baby. There you go. The moment you guys hear the enemy sticking the res, if you're alive and you have ammo in your gun, I wouldn't even play it in that situation. The moment you hear the stick, you need to rip around that bitch and start blazing them down. But be careful if you're playing in a goated lobby, because a lot of us will fake the res. You know, it's an old Counter-Strike technique of faking the defuse. You're going to fake the res and you're going to sit there and wait for the enemy to come to you, and then you're going to blaze them down. So kind of read the lobby you're in, read the situation, and don't just throw your whole body out there to contest them while they're getting the res. Just kind of peek the corner in ADS, because if he does fake the res and he starts shooting at you, you could dip right back to safety. Oh, all right, but we have 28 enemies left and we are not safe, but we're in a nice position to kind of gatekeep people coming in from the zone. With saying that, because of how big the circle is and there being, well, now 27 enemies left, I wouldn't imagine too many people will be rotating in. You might have one team maybe, but because there's not a great amount of players probably on the outside of the circle, I would go ahead and rotate and get safe. I would plan my next position. The last thing you want to do is just have this wasted time, because again, you're kind of fighting to get kills and the win at the same time, right? So if we're trying to get kills, you definitely want to push where kills would be at. We know there's guys train station, of course, is on the edge of gas. You guys need to have a knowledge of where enemies would be at. Any massive building that's on the edge of the gas, 9 times out of 10 there's gonna be a team on it for sure. There's no doubt about it at all. And honestly, train station's a good rooftop to be on right now, because fuck you, mountains getting pushed out, everybody from apartments where we just came from is getting pushed out, and you have a great visual on everything. Even the people coming from hospital, they're gonna have to cross out an opening, go across an open wide street, and they'll have a beautiful angle on them too. So it's a nice place to hold. So if you guys are deciding where y'all want to push to and what buildings y'all want to hold, just kind of look for a building that has visual and everything, that has a wide opening to where you can get some easy picks with a sniper, easy picks with an AR, and things like that. But in a position we're in now, you could go for a flag objective. Because of the amount of players that are left, it's not really necessary in my opinion. I'd probably work my way up to the rooftop and contest the enemies that we know are here. And that's exactly what we're doing. Because of the range, whip out your AR. You don't want to piss off an enemy or have an enemy spot you and have an MP5 out at this range, right? Also, he's kind of sitting in the open. I like the fact he's behind cover, but you can bounce from AC unit to AC unit to AC unit and kind of work yourself closer to where the enemies were last spotted. That's exactly what we're doing. All right, I like that. They're in combat. Now's the time to work yourself closer. So a lot of people fail in this spot, right? A lot of people will see the enemies distracted, shooting at someone else, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this dude. I'm gonna shoot him in the head and I'm gonna kill him. But the problem is y'all have so much range. Y'all have so much distance between y'all right now. Well, not so much us, but Blue and where we were at originally, that if y'all did, you might get the down, you might get a cleanup, but getting both the kills is probably not gonna happen for most players. If you get the down as you're pushing to the guys to finish them off, they're gonna already be res, they're gonna already be plated, and they're gonna be ready for you. So I like the fact that Family Strokes is pushing closer to the enemy before he engages, because he wants to get a guaranteed kill. That's exactly what happens. He gets the down, instead of going instantly for the execution, he gets the other down, then he starts cleaning up the self-reses. He played this absolutely beautifully. There's no other argument with that one at all. I love the fact that he played it like that. And again, a lot of players, they see enemies, they instantly start shooting. You guys want to pick fights that are safer for you if you can. You guys want to pick fights that are safer if you're in a position to do so. And those guys had plenty of cover, they had plenty of distance, and the enemies were distracted. So beautiful on them for playing that correctly, not shooting the enemies too early and giving them a heads up. All right, but we do have to rotate to safety somewhere to the southwest. I'm not really sure where the end circle is at. It does look like it's going to be a little bit promenade, probably a lot of the wide open area on the west side of the map. We'll see what happens. So we have a fuck ton of money. Go ahead, rebuy your self-res, to be honest. I would definitely go ahead and get the money from your boyfriend and buy a self-res. Because it's end game and Gulag is closing soon, right? You still don't want to risk it. You don't want to run around with this without a self-res if you have the money to get one. And I know Savage, he's only got $4,400, but look, his friend's got $4,500. So you could drop us some money and let us get whatever we want. So one thing I would have done differently in this position is, one, I would have jumped down and got myself res, and two, I would have went back up top on top of train station, and I would kind of get my eyes on everything that's around me before I pushed into safety, because the last thing you want to do is run up here kind of blinded, not really sure what's happening, and then have a team sitting on these rooftops over here that we're about to go to the green buildings, and then have a team sitting up here and they're like, you know what, oh shit, there's an enemy right there, and they start blazing us down. I'd rather be on the high ground and make sure those rooftops are cleared and then jump down to safety than just come up blind, not having any idea of what's going on. It may work out again, but that's just simple things that you guys need to always be aware of and keep in your head. We're just loving the heartbeat, aren't we? The heartbeat sensor is an amazing tool if you use it correctly. There's no need to walk around with it. There's a guy behind that wall. He's walling, boys. He ADS'd on that wall like he knew something was there. Maybe he saw a cockroach, who knows? But you don't ever want to just walk around holding your heartbeat sensor. Whip it out if there's no numbers on the bottom, which means there's no enemies on it. Just put it away and whip it out again if you feel uncomfortable and put it away. But don't just sit there holding it out, waiting for it to full sweep and things like that, especially in game, because you could get shit on. I don't know what the hell that enemy was doing. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Oh, rip. He thought the lip went all the way around, but it doesn't. All right, but we did piss off the team at Fire Station, and he definitely has a teammate somewhere over there, so be ready for that. But I like the fact that they're rotating to safety. I probably would have pushed up to Fire Station and bounced along the promenade buildings instead of crossing the open street and coming to this building, but he did, so we'll play it like this is the play. The reason why I wouldn't have done that again is because of the wide open street we just crossed. That's what happened to our boy. Our boy just lost 2 plates because he had to cross the wide opening. Yes, if you look at the mini map where my mouse is at, we would have to cross a wide opening to push the fire stations, but we would be closing the gap. We would be closing the distance. So we may get hit a couple times, but because we're pushing closer to the building, he would have to be in a really good position to be able to get the kills. Us just keeping our distance away from him and allowing him to shoot us with an AR only cost us 2 plates, but again, it could have ended a lot worse than that. I don't like how he's playing the roof. He's playing the edge of it. He should be playing the top of the roof, looking over the top. Now he just keeps falling off the side. He really wants that side play, but that's not the play at all. That's not the play at all. So now we're in a position, though, where the enemies have a really great opportunity to gatekeep us. We still can outplay this for sure, but we need to be fast. We need to move across the safety. Definitely get to that little area to our left and then move out. I wouldn't focus on this fight too long. I love the fact that he's trying to... Oh, never mind. All right. He went back to get a running start. Right now is just pure luck. You're lucky if he doesn't shoot you. You're unlucky if he does shoot you. But fortunately for them, the enemy wasn't paying attention. Looks like he's rolling out as well. Great time to utilize the UAV too. With everyone closing in, with the circle pushing everyone in, you want to get eyes on as many enemies as you can. Even though people have ghost on, I still feel better knowing that there's 3 enemies to my left up in the construction area. That discounts 3 of the enemies. So now I know there's only 10 players that I need to look for, and then there's another duo squad somewhere to our west. So now at that moment, I know there's only another 8 enemies to look for, and it makes me feel a little bit better and kind of judge my rotations based off of what I see on the UAV. And again, I love the fact that they get the downs and they're not sitting there rushing towards them, trying to get the execution. They're not holding the building. They're just playing it like they normally play it. They're not super upset for losing out on the downs getting res. And that's something that I struggle with too as a player. I'm gonna be honest. When I get it down, a lot of times I put myself in stupid positions trying to get the execution because I'm tired of having 7,000 damage with 8 kills, you know? It's frustrating. It's frustrating as hell. But at the end of the day, guys, if we're playing for the win, we all need to come out of that mindset. If you get it down, let him be down. If he puts himself in a position to allow you to kill him, then go ahead and do so. So this final circle is actually pretty interesting. So it's going to favor the hill. It's going to favor the high ground, but we do have some buildings we can utilize to kind of be safe from that. And with the way the terrain's set up, it's not going to be an impossible push. In situations like this, though, if you are going to be leaving, if you look at the mini map, if you are going to be leaving these little buildings to push up, which we probably will have to, because I would imagine because the majority of the circle is on the other side of the street, I would imagine we'll have to push out. But when you do decide to push out when you hear people fighting, right? So there's only 6 enemy teams left. When you start hearing 2 or 3 teams start fighting, that's 2 or 3 teams less likely to find you and shoot at you. You might get shot in the back. You definitely still want to be scanning the area. Sometimes you just get unlucky. No one fights. Everyone just sits there and you're forced to push out and you're the only one out in the open and you die. But most of the time, you guys will hear gunfights. And when you do, that's the perfect opportunity for you guys to push to safety. All right, but we know that there were 3 marks up here. So I would assume there's 2 teams up in this area. There's one guy right there and they're fighting. So definitely use this opportunity to third party. I love it. And instead of staying super tunneled and trying to get the execute, he's rotating from target to target. He's choosing which target to fight that's the most vulnerable. And that all comes down to target prioritization. A lot of people, 90% of players in this game, and I'm throwing out a random number, but I promise you it's probably close to that 90%. 90% of normal players, they sit there, they down a guy. What do? You just sit there ADSing, spraying, trying to get the execute. No, that's a horrible way to play, because if you're able to down both of them and they don't have self-res, that's a team wipe. They might have self-res, but that's besides the point. They're going ahead and they're rotating from target to target, trying to take out both teams, and they're doing an absolutely good job of it. Now, the guy right here, I don't know if he was getting shot from another enemy, and that's why he hugged the side of the box. But if he wasn't, he shouldn't have hugged the side of the box. He knew we were right here. He was just scoped in on us with a sniper rifle. He should just played behind the box and tried to get a nice little pick after he played it up. But instead, he rotated to the far left, and it cost him his life. But we're sitting pretty good, man. I knew we were gonna have a decent gameplay spectating this squad. I hope they win, honestly. All right, now one thing we would be careful of is we didn't get all those kills. I don't think I believe we only got 2 of them. I don't remember killing the guy that was in the striped shirt that was sitting in the window. I think he jumped on the rooftop, but we never did kill him. We got the kill down here to the right. We can see the loot. We got this guy, but I don't know where the other team was that they were fighting. There's only 2 bodies, and there were definitely 3, possibly 4 enemies. So you got to be very careful pushing into buildings. You have to be aware, especially when this building's not even safe. There might not be anybody in here, honestly. There probably isn't, just because there's only 7 enemies left. Everyone's probably clustered up at the compounds that are safe, but you need to play it like it is, because again, we're missing a player. I don't know where he is. And with the shotgun meta being crazy, dude, if this guy's sitting, right around this corner and you're just blazing in, you're going to get killed. And the worst thing to happen to you in game after you've done so well is pushing the building that's out of the circle when the gas is coming in, and dying out to the gas is such a simple mistake. So just be very aware of that. Oh shit. You hate to see it, man. God, you hate to see it, bro. I mean, I'm right. You got to play it like there is someone there. But I thought for sure the guy would have rotated to safety. I didn't really expect him to be in there either. So now we're in a situation where it's a 1v5. Scissor is left. Unfortunately, we did lose our carry. Family Strokes, he was doing a really good job playing the game. So we're in a position that we have a high ground. Unfortunately, we're using thermals. Ew. Drop the thermals, guys. Don't ask why. Just do it. Just drop the thermals. So we're in a position right now where we need to rotate to safety. Gas is going to push us out. You want to shoot if you're getting shot at, but I wouldn't sit here too focused on trying to engage in fights. The last thing you want to do is focus on a fight, piss off an enemy, and then the gas forces you to get safe. I kind of want to stealthily sneak into the zone, sit behind a rock, and pick off people as they put themselves vulnerable. Sitting out here in the open like this, just scanning, is just a bad thing, and then pissing people off, because what are we doing? There's still 5 enemies left. We see this one, so we still 4 people we don't have eyes on, and we're sitting on a hill with no cover, wide open, just basically shooting flares off like we don't give a shit. So I'll be highly surprised if he didn't get absolutely blitzed down. Like, congrats, you got the down, but now, once these people finish a gunfight, they're going to instantly rotate to you because they're going to hear you shooting, right? It's working out in his favor. Somehow he's not getting shot, but again, we're out in the open. We're sitting vulnerable. We could get headshotted very easily. You need to move yourself up to this rock right here and play this rock, because even if the circle rotates against you, you could use the trees to bounce to as cover to move to this compound if needed. But that rock does look safe, but because it took us so long to get there, the enemy that should have killed us while we were shooting ended up killing us a little bit later. So I'm not surprised in that aspect at all. We just left ourselves on a hill way too vulnerable for way too long, and it cost him his life. Not surprised on that one anyway. All right, but now we're spectating big. Are you kidding me, dude? There's a guy outside. It's a 1v1. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in an intense 1v1 situation. We have Big Chungus on the bottom, shooting at Dick Farm Done at the top, utilizing whatever the hell he's trying to utilize. The gas is pushing him out, and guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? I tell you guys in every video that we spectate this crap, don't get on a tower. It is not strategic. It makes no sense. You might get a few kills, but guess what happens when you jump off? You're going to die, especially late game. I'm glad he dies. This is stupid. I don't mean to be mean, but look, it's stupid. Oh, look, he's parachuting, and he's going to get absolutely killed. Oh, wow, what? No, who saw that shit coming? All right, but okay, I like the fact he didn't push up. He's just gonna wait for the guy to self-res. Just wait for him. He's got to come out the gas anyway. He'll probably die in the gas. I don't think he's got a gas mask based on his gameplay. But I like the fact he's just keeping his distance, keeping the angle, and easily one-tapping him. So GG to Big, good shit, my dude. I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping that squad we were spectating most of the game was gonna win the game, but they made a fatal error right when I said it. I didn't expect the guy to be in that building either. I really did expect him to rotate out because the building was not in the zone. But again, the shotgun meta and the way people play, they hide in corners. It is what it is. And even though that shotgun guy killed our dude, he still died at the end. So again, that's a perfect example of why I tell you guys not to freeze up in a corner. You may get a kill, but when it comes to getting safe and winning the game, it's not going to happen if that's the way you guys are playing. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope that you learned a lot in this one. I feel like this is a really good match to spectate. If you guys did enjoy it, please let me know in the comment section below what you did learn from the video. And as always, like, subscribe, and follow me over on Facebook Gaming. But you have a good one. And until next time, good luck in Warzone. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out one of these 2 videos over here. And as always, subscribe by clicking this button. You have a good one. And until next time, keep on improving.